Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave, and today we're going to take a look at my most anticipated cards for the upcoming Daredevil Hero. Daredevil is the second hero that's coming in the Fear No Evil box, which is coming in mid-July. And they were kind of sneaky and had a Tuesday article, and I didn't even catch it until like late Tuesday night. We did do an article reveal on Wednesday morning, and then I decided I'll try to get my most anticipated cards out. We are going to be at Con of Heroes, so there's going to be a delay for our 5 deck ideas. We'll have to do that when we get back. But let's take a look at Daredevil. So Daredevil, he's got 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, hand size 5, 10 hit points. He's a defender, martial artist, and he has what's called superhero senses as an action. Play the top card of the sense deck as if it were in your hand, paying its cost. And as a force interrupt, when a sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the sense deck instead. So what you're going to do in the beginning of the game is you're going to shuffle these 5 set aside cards that'll make the sense deck, and then you play them from the top one to the bottom. There is ways to manipulate it with cards later on, but this is a separate deck of cards, kind of similar to Doctor Strange's Invocation deck. All right. Then on the alter ego, we got Matt Murdock, 3 recovery. He's an attorney. Matt Murdock begins the game with a sense deck. See the rule book on page 26. Kind of went over that. It's a deck of 5 cards. Force interrupt. When a sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the sense deck instead. So once you've done the initial shuffle in the beginning of the game, that's the order that the sense cards are going to be played in. But like I mentioned earlier, there are ways to manipulate that a little bit with some of his specific cards. All right, so let's take a look at the different senses. Okay, one thing to note is that all the senses are 1 cost upgrades. So, and they're a sense and superpower. So, Def Focus would be a great card to add to the deck as well. All right, so the first one we have is Acute Tactility, attached to an enemy or scheme. So a lot of them you can do an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from attached scheme, discard this card to ready your identity. So that's great to be able to get more basic uses out of Daredevil. Next is Enhanced Oilification. It's, again, a 1 cost upgrade attached to an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from the attached scheme, you discard this card. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 2. So, which is really nice. Every time you are the one that takes care of the problem, either the minion or the scheme, then you get a benefit based on whatever sense you have on it. So that is really cool. Next is Radar Sense. This you attach to an enemy only, so no scheme for this guy. Response attack. After you attack attached enemy, discard this card to deal 3 damage to that enemy. So, your basic is like a 2 attack, and then you turn around and discard this card, and you would do 3 more damage. So that's 5 damage, basically, for the cost of 1 that you put on a really annoying enemy. So that is Radar Sense. Next is Heightened Hearing. This is another one you attach to just an enemy. Hero Interrupt Defense. When attached enemy attacks, discard this card. That enemy gets a -3 attack for this attack, and you become the target of this attack. So this is like the protection card Subdue, which gives a -3 attack. So this is kind of like a built-in Subdue, even when you're not playing protection. But it also makes you the target. So if you do this to the villain, you could take both attacks for the villain, especially if you were, say, the second player on the round, and the villain is going to get a -3 against your first attack, where you're defending for the other player, and then then he would be normal when he activates against you. So that is Heightened Hearing. And the final sense is Superior Taste. This one you attach to a scheme only. Response thwart. after you thwart attached scheme, you can discard this card to remove 2 threat from that scheme. So yeah, again, this is like the attack one. You do a basic thwart for 2, and then you can discard the card and you can do another 2 threat to that scheme. So that's pretty cool. So those were the senses. So now let's get to some honorable mentions. All right, so Daredevil comes in Justice, and the first 2 cards have a new keyword called discount. So these cards are 1 cost cheaper if you have the specific trait. So the first one is called Know Your Enemy. It costs 1, but you get a discount of 1 if you're a martial artist, which of course you are as Daredevil. Hero action, thwart, remove 1 threat from a scheme, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So this is pretty nice. This is for, or at least for a martial art, being able to have some control on removing like the last little bit of threat for free if you're a martial artist, anyways. And then legal trouble, it's discount 1, attorney or police. So this would be alter ego for Matt Murdock or Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, or Greer Nelson, who's Tigra. So you attach to a minion, max 1 per minion. Attached minion gets -2 scheme. So this is pretty nice for because you're going to be an alter ego to be able to play this card. So if someone who likes to flip down a lot, or maybe even Nick Fury with his stealth suit, hey, this is making the minion scheme for less. So that is really good. Next pair of honorable mentions is De-Escalation, which is a player side scheme, costs 0, victory 0. When defeated, remove an acceleration token from play, and it starts with 4 threat. This is amazing, being able to remove an acceleration token. I love it. And then the next card is a 2-cost upgrade called Stealth Training. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. After you thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme, exhaust Stealth Training, stun an enemy. So this is a nice way to do some stunning. We got some cards that can get it to where you remove the last threat exactly, especially that card that we saw earlier. So yeah, this is really good. Now for my most anticipated cards. Number 10 is Living Lie Detector. It's a 1-cost event. Thwart, action, thwart, remove 2 threat from a scheme. For each upgrade attached to the scheme, you may remove 1 additional threat from it. So, yeah, the more senses you put up onto the scheme, the better. And if you have any other upgrades that can attach to a scheme, that is great. So, number 10 is Living Lie Detector. Number 9 is the attack version of that card. It's a 1-cost event, Cross Examination, attack, hero action attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy, and for each upgrade attached to that enemy, you may deal 1 additional damage to it. So again, an enemy with various senses or any other upgrades that you can attach to an enemy, especially a minion, would make this card even more powerful. So that is number 9, Cross Examination. Number 8 is Foggy Nelson. 2-cost support, attorney persona, alter ego action, exhaust Foggy Nelson, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So, yeah, just another solid way to remove some threat, but you do have to be an alter ego. But it is nice when you have a persona that can do things like that. So, number 8 is Foggy Nelson. Number 7 is Nelson and Murdoch. It's a 1-cost support. Response after an attorney character or support defeats a side scheme, confuse an enemy. And as we saw, Foggy Nelson in the number 8 spot, he is an attorney support, so that would count. So we now have, if Matt Murdock can do it when he's an alter ego, or Foggy Nelson doing it when you're in alter ego. So there's a great card in alter ego, obviously. So that is number 7, Nelson and Murdoch. Number 6 is a team up card, Dance with the Devil. It's a zero cost upgrade. So this is our first team up, I believe, that's not an event. Team up Daredevil and Elektra. Spoiler, there is an Elektra ally in this deck, and it is on this list. She's just a little higher on the list. And of course, we are getting the Elektra Hero during this wave as well, so that can apply for either. Attached to an enemy, hero action attack, discard this card, deal 3 damage to attached enemy, but it does provide an amplify. Now, Tony clarified this in a live stream that you do have to have Daredevil and Elektra when you play it, just like any other team up card, but they both don't have to be out when you trigger the hero action. So that is Dance with the Devil number 6. Number 5 is Deposition. It's a 1-cost event, thwart, alter ego action. You may choose any upgrade from the Sense deck and play it, ignoring the resource costs, but do not shuffle the Sense deck. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. So the article mentioned that you get to see all the senses and you'll know what order they are. And this is a way that you can grab one, even if it's not the top one on the list, which is very nice. So you can manipulate the order of play a little bit for the Sense decks. So that's really good. Number 4 is The Man Without Fear. It's a 2-cost upgrade. It's a title. Hero action, exhaust this card and deal 1 damage to Daredevil and choose. Choose any upgrade from the Sense deck and play it, ignoring its resource cost. Do not shuffle. Or you can ready Daredevil. So you're doing you want to get an extra basic ability going. Hey, you take a point of damage to ready him. That's great. Or the upgrade that you want is not ready, it's not on top of the deck, but you really need it to come out and you don't have to pay for it. Well, you're paying for it with a point of damage. So that is number 4, The Man Without Fear. Number 3 is Focus the Senses. This is a 0-cost player side scheme. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme except by Daredevil or Matt Murdock. When defeated, you may move any number of Sense upgrades in play to other cards they can attach to. Choose any number of upgrades from the Sense deck and put them into play. Do not shuffle. So, yeah, you really get to manipulate your Sense deck with this. And typical with hero-specific player side schemes, it does not have victory. So, kind of like in the means Jubilee and Silk. So, yeah. Number 2 is a Justice ally that's like amazing for this deck. He costs 4. It's Blind Spot, 2 thwart, 2 attack, Genius, Martial Artist, 3 hit points. Response after Bloodshot thwarts, confuse an enemy with an upgrade attached. And of course, all the Daredevil senses are upgrades. So this is a great way to get some confusing enemies going. So number 2 is the Justice ally Blind Spot. Which means number 1, of course, is the previously promised Elektra ally. She costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 consequential, 2 attack, 1 consequential, 3 hit points. Defender, Martial Artist. However, this is a force interrupt when you're hero form. When Elektra would take consequential damage, Daredevil takes the damage instead. So this is really nice because she's not going to take the consequential damage when you're in hero form. And she's around for getting a chance to play the team up card as well. So that is pretty cool. All right. Well, that was my most anticipated cards for the upcoming Daredevil Hero. Hope you enjoyed that. I am really looking forward to Daredevil and Echo for that matter, and of course the rest of the Defenders this year. So this year looks to be pretty promising so far from what we've seen. And I'm really excited for the Fear No Evil campaign. We got 6 villains instead of 5, and the schemes are interchangeable with 5 of the villains anyway. So that is really, really, really cool. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thank you.